Hi everyone, it's Celeste. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Today we are talking about my butterfly dress DIY. And this dress is very easy to make. I used the pattern from McCall's called M6343. This pattern I have used for my Catwoman cosplay and my Mima cosplay earlier this year. I'm using this pattern piece because it is a very simple bodice piece, and this will help easy beginners like sewers see how you can use different patterns for different kinds of clothing. So you don't always have to draft your clothes, or you can reuse patterns in different ways. And don't be afraid to do that. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how I made this dress. But not before I tell you to click that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed already, make sure to click it. Okay, shameless plug. Go watch the video. So I got inspired to make this dress because of the beautiful blossoms on the trees. And sometimes you just have to appreciate nature. Don't you just love it when your animals come to bother you when you're sewing? Anyways, I will be working with this beautiful white multicolored butterfly fabric. It's a type of jersey, and I got like 1.5 meters of it. So I'm starting off with my basic pattern from McCall's 6343. It's a Renaissance era type of bodice piece. I'm going to be using that and obviously pin down the bodice pieces and cut them out. Weirdly, my fabric had this sewing seam, which is shitty, so it changed my design of the outfit. I cut it out and then I added 1-inch strips for my straps of the dress. And this is great because now I can use the rest of the other side of the material for something else. Hooray! So begin cutting out those straps. And you know what we're going to do next? We're going to... There's a choo-choo train going on. That's right, you guessed it! We're sewing the straps by folding it in half and putting it under the sewing machine. Who knew? But then I'm going to be using like a chopstick or a makeup brush, a small one obviously, and flipping it inside out. This is going to help create a nice seam and hide the scrap material on the side. So ta-da! We are done making straps. It's so nice and refreshing after you get to pull it all out. It's like popping a zit. So wonderful. Because my fabric was a little bit sheerer than I thought, I needed to grab a lining material. So I'm using this nice white cotton, and I'm using that same bodice pieces and cutting out and sewing and repeating again. With the new bodice piece and the shell piece, I pinned right sides together, and I will only be sewing the top piece. Because it is a sweetheart neckline, it was easy for me to line up the pieces together. So use the middle part and start pinning where the seams are, and then you know what to do next. Sew it! Don't we love sewing? Sewing's great. So I am evening out how the skirt is. There was this little bit of extra that didn't really match, so now we're going to have a perfect rectangle on each side. So we are going to make sure every side lines up because I'm going to be making this into a maxi, and I'm cutting off the top fold. Then I will be sewing down both sides of the extra material. And this will just be so beautiful. So now I'm going to be cutting out the new middle part of the skirt. It sounds really weird that we sewed a skirt to make it like this. And trust me, it's going to be a lot easier because we need to pin the dress in the middle. So now that we have this tube, we cut it out, and now we're going to pin it to the bodice because now we can find a middle without a seam, and we pin it to the front of the butterfly piece. So fold it in half and then pin it in the center, and then start slowly gathering until you have the rest of the dress filled out onto the bodice piece. And I mean, if you want to even, go ahead, but whatever. So start sewing again. And take your time, you don't want to sew your fingers off. Nope. Wait, that doesn't make sense. So here we are with the new skirt attached. We are going to taco it by putting the lining on top of that seam, and the skirt goes inside where the dress is. So make sure it's on the inside, pin this lining onto it, and then you are going to have a lot of pins, and be careful not to stab yourself. So now we're going to take it to the sewing machine and sew it once again. Obviously, take your time and pull out your pins where you need to. Yay! So much fun! Now that we have finished sewing the lining to the other piece of the bodice, it's completely into like this tube piece, go ahead and cut little slits into the curves of the bodice bottom. This is going to allow it to sit flat and like hug your body better versus puckering and not having enough stretch. So go ahead and snip in a few areas such as the hip area and the front part because it's a little bit of like a little pointy, and then make a few random slits, but not too close to each other. Obviously spread that out. And then you're going to take your taco of a dress and flip it inside out, pulling the dress bottom skirt part out, and you're going to get a really interesting product. No seams! It's seams that they're missing. Now I have this lime green zipper and I thought it would be really fun to use it because it's a butterfly dress. So add the zipper. Now here are my straps and I don't know what I want to do. I was playing around with it and have fun. This is your design. I was thinking I was gonna go like that, I don't know, but I definitely wanted one in the front where the sweetheart neckline is, and then I wanted some on the side because I like double straps and I didn't know what I was gonna do. So play with it. And in the end, I ended up just using both straps, and you can see how I ended it here. So once you really do have an idea settled, go ahead and take your pins and pin it into place. So I put my straps on one of the seam lines and then an inch away from the other one. I ended up keeping both of the back straps. And then go ahead and cut off the excess of the straps on both sides, which is mainly just the back side really. And then go ahead and take a needle and thread and start hand sewing it. And make sure it's super secure, so do it a lot of times, but be careful not to undo all that pretty work that you did. Here is the dress. I hope you guys like it. Time for the video montage. So I hope you guys enjoyed me making this dress and showcasing it. I also paired it with my latest DIY, the crystal necklace, and I just think it resonates really well with the multicolor facets, and with the dress it has so many colors to it. You can wear it with just normal sandals or a nice heel. This dress can be definitely changed many different ways. Obviously I put my own spin on it, so you should put your own spin on it too. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about sewing or if you just like the video, which means click that like button, so thumbs up, and I will see you later as long as you click that subscribe button, and you'll get to see me later. And I might see you later. That means you had to leave me comments. So that makes sense, right? I hope it makes sense. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm kind of dumb, so whatever. So I was thinking about just putting this on the mannequin, but I'm like, I'm already wearing it. Like, why would I not wear a dress that I made and it's a beautiful day out, and like, I just wanted to be extra and wear this. Like, can you not tell how pretty and extra this dress is? And I just love the colors! Who doesn't love the colors? Like, it just fits so well. You have to have some kind of sense of accomplishment when you know that you've made something and you just are like, yeah! It looks good, it feels good, and guess what? I made it, bitch. So no one else has one. That's what the glory of like DIY is that you get to make things and no one else has it unless they make it too. And that's why I'm sharing this video, so you guys can go out there, make your own outfits and get inspired, and I hope you guys do. Why am I still talking?